Hi, I'm Lola Jones, and this video will give you an idea of what's possible for you.
What has happened? Oh gosh, I could go on and on and on. The biggest thing is my relationship with my husband has improved a lot in the past couple of years. We've both lost some weight, and within the last couple of months I lost 2 pant sizes. I got a healing in my knee and don't need surgery. And
y'all lost a whole person.
Yeah, it's been really amazing. And like I said, it can go on and on. And I remember on the phone call, I said, well, what about your knee? What about your knee? I was going on about something else. And I was like, oh yeah, my knee, it's so much better. Because, you know, it was like, that was just 2 months ago. That was so yesterday. And I have never been able to do that. I always lived in the past. And I always wondered, you know, it's like, oh, this is how it was. And this is how it used to be. And I don't forget, and, you know, when I should have forgotten a bunch of stuff.
Yes, this is productive amnesia. It's wonderful.
And it's so awesome to like live more in the now and be appreciative of what's going on now. Yes. That even something as major as I don't need surgery anymore, that was just so 2 weeks ago, Lola. What are you asking that about?
Yeah. What about? What'd you guys say? What's going on? Oh, just being quiet. I'm sorry, I don't get that. we're so different, but we're so alike. You know, we love to laugh. And I said, well, I gotta experience this. I want to laugh. I like to laugh. So, you know, and I've had quite a few health things happen in my life. So she said, you know, you should come out to this. You know.
As I said, I don't know how many times something that I would have called just a terrible mistake has happened, and it turns out to forward evolution, to create something new, to find a better way to do it. You know, many times when someone gets sick, they get this incredibly explosive desire, oh my God, I want to be healthy and I want to live. And then that leads to bigger and better. Not only just do they get over that, but what I've experienced so far with divine openings were the first funny things. I think within 2 days of my first divine opening, a series of little serendipitous events happened, and I ended up selling some things that I had ready to go to Goodwill, and got $4,000 for them, and so that paid for this retreat. And then some. Perfect. So that was really just, it was so delightful the way it all unfolded, and I can really feel that I'm getting much more practiced at that, the bouncing. Like, you know, when things show up and it's, oh, yeah, that's not what I wanted or expected, and I'm really getting facile with making it right, turning it around, getting myself back up, and that's something I wanted to be able to do for a very long time.
The voices that were constantly in my head trying to yank me back into the old story, they're gone. So if I have a thought, I can just say thank you. And it doesn't keep hammering in my head, trying to replay. It's like somebody pushed the off button. Yeah. And that is a huge blessing. The other thing is getting contacted with my feelings, because I was so numb before. The lack of migraines. I had migraines 3 days out of every week.
Migraine, yeah.
So it's a blessing. So thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
That is huge. Just that little piece, the connection there.
Oh, yeah. See, we've got this really active machine going on, and it can be really, really wonderful, but it has ideas of its own and years and decades of conditioning to do these certain things, and we think when it says something, we have to listen. But you don't.
Relationship to a lot of suffering I was going through this summer, and I said, what I realized in my suffering was I wouldn't suffer if I really had a strong relationship with the divine. Yeah. And I don't know how to do that. And then I hear this voice in my head and it says, well, just ask. and then your website showed up on my computer a few days later, so.
So everything has been really, really fast, and which is wonderful. So that was my intention, to be clear and empty. From the very first moment I looked on the website, I was going, this is it, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And I knew from that very first divine opening that I ever experienced, like cellophane paper.
Yes.
Call that cellophane paper?
Yes.
Yeah. When you crumble it up, it's got that crackly.
Yes.
Yeah. The first divine opening I done, I went and laid down and I felt the crackling in my heart space. And it was like, finally something to dissolve the armour that I have worn my whole life. So that was beautiful. Yeah. So thank you.
Divine Openings has changed my life. I'm not the same person I was before I started it. To use your airplane analogy, I had totally shut down the instrument panel and left the cockpit, and I was probably sitting in the last row of this plane. And boy, I tell you, it's been great because I'm back in the cockpit, the instrument panel's lit up, I hear the wind shear, I hear all of them surfing it up and down and getting out of the way and just saying, okay, let's go. And it's just been a whole new life. Just a whole new life.
It's been amazing. I really need a soul's vacation to just be with myself and not worry about anyone else except for myself and just take care of me. My husband is a surgeon, and the reason I even said that I would go through this process with him to be a doctor was so someday we could go out and I could heal with my hands and he could heal with his hands that way. Like, since Divine Openings, my entire life has changed. I've been doing it for a while. And I've been jumping off the wall, so excited. My kids and my husband are like, woo! They're really happy to have me here too.
Yeah.
And have a new love, which I've never thought I'd have. Part of me was dead. I never thought I'd open that up again. And I decided I wanted a relationship. And I asked the divine for what I wanted. Lo and behold, that's exactly what I got. I couldn't change anything in her. It's exactly what I wanted. I'm in so much in love with her. But it's myself. It's my relationship with myself that I'm in love with, and she's just helping me open up and blossom.
I created it. I wanted it, and I created it. And it is so powerful. My intention was to have more fun, to play, to be more joyful, more childlike, more in awe of everything that is around me. I mean, this was more money than I've ever made. And I'm like, all I have to do is go do it. Go set it up. It's like I'm not in a hurry. I'm not anxious.
It's always so much bigger and better that I don't even want to put words on it because so much has happened that it's just amazing.
Yeah,
So-
Lola. I discovered her before I discovered Divine Openings, and it's been quite a year, to say the least. And I'll just briefly share that the thing that has happened in my life, quite apart from the beginning of this extraordinary relationship with her, is that I had spent the 5 years prior to last year struggling to make a documentary movie. And beginning just weeks after meeting Lola, I began another movie, and it's almost done, and it's just been an amazing change. The Mexican National Department of Health chose to just fully fund this. without a contract, without a letter of understanding, without paperwork, and they just simply funded us.
A bureaucracy.
and a Mexican bureaucracy at that, which is I don't know how it happened, but it happened. It's well, I guess I do know how it happened, but it was a circumstance in which my getting out of the way and just allowing that to happen has just been wonderful. And I won't go on at length here, but the process of every aspect of making the film has been one in which my sort of getting out of the way has seemed to allow things to happen in really record time. Documentaries are legendary for taking years and years and years and years, and this one will have taken 14 months.
You know, we can get new friends, but we can't get new parents.
I saw beneath your skin. I knew your face disguised the real you. And still your heart would dance and you would play as children do. In dreams I saw your image as you hoped to be, and from all limits I hoped I could set you free. You know your heart was maybe stronger for the beauty you've so longed for, made all the sweeter when